Welcome to the flowerschool.com video library. I'm Leanne Kessler, Director of the Floral Design Institute, and today I'm here to share with you an autumn arrangement. And I know I'm surrounded by pinks and purples, not what you'd think of as autumn. Generally when we think autumn, it's the fire colors, the reds, the yellows, the oranges, the blazing colors. But there are so many different moods of autumn. Think of the stormy gray skies, maybe the deep, deep purples, the rosy pinks of a pending storm, the intense burgundies as the sky darkens. All of these can be autumn too. For my container, I chose a large urn and actually sprayed it, color enhanced it to match the flowers. Now it's not waterproof, so I stuck a mache inside with wet foam soaked with flower food, taped into place. Then I'm ready to design. Now the first thing I need to do is get these fabulous hydrangeas in there. They're so huge, so wonderful. I want to make sure that they're in there nicely, giving them a good cut. And then of course, a little bit of alum, because I know they'll last so much better if I dip them in the alum. And then placing them into the foam deeply and securely. The further in it goes, it'll be down into the water reservoir, the longer they'll last. And they're so fabulous. I certainly want them to last well. Out. And my other large flower that's going to hide me completely, as I get variegated back here, is the lilies. And they too are so fabulous. One thing with lilies, they don't need the alum, but their pollen nodules will stain. So I want to remove those. Take off all the pollen, just sliding my fingers along, and then going back, giving it a cut, and it too needs to go in nice and deep so it will drink well. And coming back. And you can see, just with the lilies and the hydrangeas, I'm already getting a nice, full, fabulous arrangement. I've got a fabulous arrangement with just the two blooms, but I want to add the textures and a little bit more color variation for interest. So even chrysanthemums, the staple of autumn, bringing them in a little deeper purple, tucking them in, moving a broken stem, don't need that. Kind of inserting it in between the other blooms, tucking away, finding space so I don't damage petals, then inserting it down in. Over to the opposite side. A little more room on that side, so maybe bringing two stems over here, adding some fullness. And going back with a little bit of the trachelium, the deep, deep, deep purple, adding darkness, almost like the clouds in the sky. And then some beautiful blue delphinium. Finding the perfect hole. Can't see the foam at all with all these gorgeous blooms, but I need to make sure that they stay down in deep enough to drink well. Maybe grouping all of them over onto this side. Then the celosia, wonderful, wonderful texture. Finding a hole for it. Its head's so heavy. Making sure that it too is down in the water deeply, weaving it. An arrangement like this would be so wonderful for an autumn wedding, using it as a focal accent. If you have a huge entryway, can you see this on an entry table? Oh my goodness. If you're doing a buffet, setting it at the center of the table and then grouping the food around it. And when do you stop? It just depends. When do you run out of room in the foam, or when do you run out of flowers? Amaranthus is another fabulous autumn material, and I want to add this, but I'm going to make you jealous. Look at that amaranthus. Have you seen such long, wonderful tendrils before? This is some of the nicest amaranthus I have ever worked with. All I need to do is give it a cut and then place it right down into the foam. Again, making sure it goes in deeply so that it will drink. And taking another piece. Turning it so I can find a hole. And a perfect spot around this lily that's a little tight there. There we go. Tucking it in. Then a more. Could even bring it and let it slide in from the back, tucking it in from over here. As I keep disappearing as I work, you can't even find me. And I've got one more. I think I'll bring it all the way to the back, where you won't even see it, but it's on the back side. Now, it's so long, it's just draped on the table. So rather than waste that, I go back and using a hairpin wire, just capture the end and then go back and tuck it into the foam with the hairpin so it drapes down a couple of times. Again, hairpinning it, inserting it directly into the foam so it becomes almost a necklace on the bouquet. Again, bringing this around, finding a spot, looping it, hairpinning, and then into the foam. So I get twice as much impact from each stem because it just wraps around. Bring it over and placing it in. There are days that I feel like the luckiest girl in the world, and this is one of those days. To get to work with such fabulous flowers, the hydrangeas, the lilies, the hanging amaranthus, absolutely amazing. And I have a secret to share with you. These are actually leftovers. I know you're going, what? I have a dear friend, Fred, from Mainland Floral. He's a broker out of Canada, and he brought down a truckload of flowers to decorate for the Far West show. It's a wholesale show here in Portland, and I always do the arrangements for his booth. And then whatever's left, I get to enjoy. And so these are leftovers from Mainland. And you see how beautiful these are? Can you imagine how beautiful everything else was as well? So thanks, Fred. You made making a video oh so easy. Now for all of you, if you need more autumn inspiration, we have it on the website at flowerschool.com. If you need help, got questions, give us a phone call, 1-800-819-8089. And of course, I'm always available through email at Leanne, Leanne, at floraldesigninstitute.com. Have fun. Hope your leftovers are as fabulous as me, the lucky girl. Have fun and do something you love.